guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can see by the title, I'm gonna be taking care of my plants because some aren't doing so well. I actually just finished filming a thrift haul, which should already be up by the time you're watching this. You can see some stuff here on the floor, but I did actually thrift some things that I'm gonna be using today, which are for my plants. All right, so I just put my camera on the tripod because I feel like I have a little bit of explaining to do. Kind of catch you guys up with what's happening. So if you guys remember when I decorated my bedroom, I put a pothos hanging in the corner, and I've had that pothos for so long. Like, I bought it pretty small and it's kind of my baby because I've just seen it grow so much. But before the holidays, I actually watered all my plants before going away, and I guess I gave it a little too much water because I was afraid that like it was gonna dry out, I guess, while I was away. Big mistake, because that plant is in a planter, or was, that doesn't actually have like a drainage hole. What I did when I basically repotted it into that was I put like pebbles at the bottom so that I could try to avoid root rot. But yeah, and it seemed to be working for a long time, but maybe over time it was getting a little too wet, and then that time when I put more water, that kind of was just too much. So basically, when I came back, the plant wasn't looking too good. There were a lot of yellow leaves. So I pulled them out, I tried to keep an eye on it, let it kind of dry out, but it just was not looking good. Like, it was wilting, yellow leaves kept appearing, and then I realized it probably has root rot. So I did remove it from the planter. I took a look at it, and I pulled out kind of like the parts of the roots that I thought were like bad, and I put it back in, and it still wasn't doing well. So I knew something had to be done. So of course I looked up some videos on YouTube to see what I could do, if there was a way that I could save it, and I found this video and I kind of followed their steps. So I'll link it below in case you're going through the same thing. But basically what I had to do is I removed everything. I took it out of like the soil completely. I looked at the roots, cut out any roots that were like black or soft, and yeah, just basically getting rid of anything that might be rotted. So that's what I did. Then the next step was to wash the roots. Like, I actually washed it with like dish soap and everything. And then I let it dry for like 24 hours. And then the next day I put it back in some planters. But what I decided to do was, some were looking a little bit better than others. So I decided to like put them in different planters to see if that would give them like a better chance of survival, because if some were still contaminated, I didn't want it to affect like the ones that weren't. So I put the ones that looked the best in a planter, and I actually did put it in one that does have a drainage hole. It's a little smaller, but since I wasn't putting everything back together, it worked. And I put that back in the room, so I'll show you guys a picture of that. And then I put one single long one that looked okay over here, which I'll show you a better picture of this as well. But this one's like okay. It's not looking that great, but it's also not that bad. And then all the ones that were looking pretty bad, I put them together just to see if it would survive. But yeah, it's time for a little update. So this is how that one is looking, and as you can see, it just does not look good. Like, it's now been a week since I put it in here, and yeah, leaves are still turning yellow. They're still pretty sad looking. Actually, this one right here looks okay. I don't know if you guys can see that, so maybe I'll separate that one from the rest. But this, I think, is just, I don't know, I might leave it in here just to see what happens, but I really don't think this is surviving. Like I said, this one is okay. There's just like one single one in here, because I've actually always wanted a pothos here that would like hang down, since this is usually where I film, and just to have it in the background I thought would be nice. So I put this one in here to see if I could, you know, make it survive, and then I could keep it there. But the bottom of it is still looking a little sad. So I'm still unsure about this one. I don't know whether it's okay or not. I guess just time will tell. I think this is the only one that I'm just gonna keep it how it is and see what happens. The other one, I think I'll remove that one that looks okay, And now it's time to show you guys what the one in the room looks like. Actually, before we go to the room, in case you missed it, I do have this new Pothos here in my office that Caleb got me as a gift. And this one is thriving. It looks amazing. It's super full, super healthy, and super long, which I love. So yeah, very happy about that. Here is my fiddle leaf. As you guys know, this one was not doing well. All the bottom leaves turned brown and fell off. Although I did watch a video that said that that's kind of normal when you bring it into a new space. So we'll see. But ever since I moved it into this room that gets more light and I've been misting it every other day, it has gotten better. Like, I feel like it's not dry, it's doing well, no more leaves have fallen off. So we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated on this one. By the way, from the new Pothos, I did get some cuttings, so I put one in here. And I don't know if you guys can see right there, there is a root growing, so that's exciting. And then the other one over here also has a very long root actually already, so I love that. And I'm actually going to be moving these into these little vases that I got. These right here, I thrifted these, and I don't know, I just feel like these are going to look a lot cuter than just being in these mugs, and I want to create a whole little propagation station. If you saw the thrift haul, then you know I also got this for propagating, but I still have to get the little like tubes to go in here. And then once I have that, I'll get a lot more cuttings and just propagate my plants even more, because then when stuff like this happens, it won't be so sad because I'll have all these new ones growing. So here's the plant that's in the room. As you guys can see, this side looks fine. Like, I watered it, I think before yesterday because the soil was super dry, and this side got all like happy. But this over here is still looking really weird, and this one looks very bad and actually has a little bit of yellow over there. So I think I'm gonna remove these, maybe remove this one, and then get some of the other healthy ones that survived, you know, and just combine them all into here. Alright, so I brought these all outside, and I actually forgot to mention that this one is struggling too. Again, it was fine until the holidays and I came back, and I'll actually insert a picture. There were like 2 of these leaves that were completely fallen and just full of water inside, and this one actually just fell off now as I was carrying it here, and I can see that this one isn't doing well either. So I'm gonna take it out, see what's going on, and hopefully I can save it. The other ones seem completely fine, so I'm thinking it's just the one that was here that, you know, had issues. But yeah, this one does have a drainage hole, so I'm not sure what happened there, but we'll figure it out. And then this one here is actually fine, but what happened was, if you saw my organizing my dresser video, when I was done filming that, I actually opened all of the drawers to get like a shot of the after, and that made the dresser tilt over, which made this plant fall. I'll insert a picture because I took one and I sent it to Caleb, and I was like, I can't believe this just happened. Basically, I got dirt on all of my clothes that I had just folded and everything. But anyway, so the planter that it was in broke, so I put it in here for now, and I just feel like I need to fully repot it. I did want one that has drainage holes, so I don't know if I actually want to put it in this one permanently. I'm not sure. It did break a little, like this right here broke, so I might have to cut that off. And I feel like there was something else broken, I'm not sure where. So that's the plan. I'm gonna repot that, take a look there, but still keep it in that planter, and then figure out what's going on here, remove any bad ones, and put all the good ones in here. And lastly, I'm also gonna move this little cactus into this, because I've been dying to use this, but I never have a plant that's small enough. And then I realized that this one's small, and I feel like it can actually be good for it to be in this glass thing. I don't know, it's been fine so far, but I do think it would be nice in here. I feel like I should move it into a bigger little like planter before putting it here, but I don't have one. So I'll move it in here for now, and then once I get a bigger one, I'll like fully repot it and yeah, keep it in this cute little planter that I also thrifted. So to help me with this stuff, I actually got a few little gardening tools at a dollar store actually. I had to wait for Caleb when he went to do something, and I just walked in, and then I found this, which I've actually been wanting, but they're usually like not expensive, but you know, for what it is, a little pricey. So for $1, I was like, heck yeah, I'll get that. So that's gonna help, so I don't have to use my hands for everything. I also got some pruning shears, because usually I just use the kitchen scissors or something, which is probably bad. So yeah, now I have something specifically for this. The last thing isn't really gonna help. It's just something I saw and I was like, I have to get it. A little planter. And I mean, this doesn't have any holes, unfortunately, so I would have to put one of like the plastic ones inside of here. And I don't think I have any right now, so can't use it yet. But it's just so cute. I mean, look at that, white with the gold little trim. And for $1, I just knew I had to get it. All right, so I'm actually going to lay out this plastic we have here. I don't know why we still have this. I think it was like a mattress cover, but I just use it every time I'm gonna paint something or repot a plant, so we don't, I mean, I say it so we don't make a mess here, but because half of the balcony isn't actually covered, it's so dirty. But let's not make it worse. So I think I'm gonna start off with the Pothos. Actually, you guys can't see that. There we go. Now you can't really see me, but that's okay because it's about the plants. All right, I have my soil. I have a cactus mix because I just feel like this is really good for like just good drainage, you know? So that's what I'm gonna be using. Let me get my new tools. I feel like such a gardener with these. All right, so let's see what's going on over here. Yeah, so this one that isn't looking too good, I pulled it out and the bottom of the roots, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's definitely black and mushy, so unfortunately, this one does still have root rot, and this one as well. Time to take a look at this longer one. And unfortunately, it looks like this one also still has it, which really sucks because this one's pretty long, so I really didn't want to lose it. I could try to cut it somewhere here and just put it in like a little, you know, glass jar with water, like I did with those other ones, but I don't know if it would survive because it's already a little sad looking. But I mean, we can try. These look fine, but I'm gonna pull them out anyway because I don't think it's good to keep it in the same soil as the other one since those did still have root rot. Honestly, I'm not sure. Like, it kind of looks like it might still have root rot. I don't know. But they seem to be doing fine. I think I'm going to chop off any weird areas and yeah, just hope for the best. So let me use my little fancy tool. I might just chop off this bottom part completely because that's the one that seems to have it. This top part seems okay, so I think we can save this. All right, so as for this one, I'm gonna cut off these questionable areas too, but it seems to be doing fine, so I don't know. Plants are honestly so complicated. I've always been pretty proud of how well I've done with plants. Like, I don't really kill plants. And then now I feel like everything's just happening at once and I'm just like, what am I doing wrong? I haven't changed anything, so I don't know why all of a sudden all my plants are just dying on me. And now over on this one, I'm pretty sure these are all bad except maybe this one. Oh, they're attached. And this one has a yellow leaf, so yeah, that one's not looking so good. Oh, there's that leaf. Yeah, I think this is gonna be one of those where I kind of just cut the roots off completely and put it in some water and hope for the best. Yep, that's going in water. This one does not look good. And yeah, this one's very mushy, I think. I feel like sometimes it's hard to tell whether the root is black because it's rotting or if it's just the dirt. I'm not sure. I think it's just a bad root. This is one that I think I'm also gonna put in some water. So let me cut it like here, and I'll remove this bottom leaf, and then hopefully we'll get a little root growing out of that. All right, I think we have our final ones that are surviving, I think. I don't know. But like I said, I am gonna switch out the soil completely because I'm just scared that it's contaminated. It's kind of sad to waste so much soil because I just bought all of this and put these in, but you gotta do what you gotta do to keep your plants alive. All right, I'm gonna put in some fresh soil. I'm gonna try to keep the roots pretty high up so that there's no risk of them like sitting in water, even though it does have a drainage hole, but just in case. Put this one in. I think this one is my healthiest one. Actually, it's probably this one. It's not very long, but it actually looks really nice. This one is still a little questionable, but let's see how it does. If I see that it's not looking as good as the other ones this week, then I will pull that one out. And now we just fill it up with soil. So I will be watering it, but I think I'm gonna finish just repotting everything, and then I'll water everything at once. Also, I think once the cuttings that I'm propagating just like get a little bigger, I might actually include them in here just to make this fuller, because right now I just have like 3 little strands falling down, and I would like for it to be like really full on top. All right, so these are the ones that I'm actually just getting rid of, and then I have 2 little cuttings here that I'm gonna try putting in water. All right, next up, let's see what's going on with this guy. So, pretty sure I could just pull this out. Yeah. Wait, doesn't even look like it has a root. I'm confused. I'm scared to pull it out and like mess it up, but I guess it's kind of necessary. I have to make sure that the other ones are okay. I don't know how snake plant roots look. Maybe I should look this up, but they just don't really seem to have roots. Maybe that's just how they are. There are the roots. So I guess this one really isn't attached to anything, which is kind of sad because it's probably gonna die. Oh, I see. So here is the problem. This is the part that those other ones were attached to. This has roots, but it's super soggy and weird, so we definitely have to separate that. Oh, that looks so gross. It's so mushy. I really wonder why this happened. I don't water this plant that much, and like the planter has drainage holes. I even use an app to like help me like with the schedule for watering my plants. It's actually very helpful. It's called Planta, and you basically just log in like all the plants that you own. It tells you like which areas of the house are like the best for your plants. Like if you put that one room has like a lot of sun, then it'll tell you which plants you should put in there. If it's a dark room, it'll tell you which ones have the best chance of surviving in there. So that's really cool. Oh my god, look at this. Like this whole room. I'm like grossed out by it for some reason because it looks like a bug or something. I don't know. I don't like it. Let's break this up and really see what's happening here. Okay, so I guess this is how the root of a snake plant is supposed to look. So this one I think is fine. This one is just like on its own, so I guess that's where all of these fell off from. I think the other ones are fine too, but just in case, since I'm here, might as well check. Oh, these are all attached. That's kind of cool. Yeah, okay, these seem fine. Like, they're all attached to each other, and the roots look good. I don't see any black roots or mushy roots or anything. So, yeah, I think these are safe to go back in. I don't think this one, I don't know if it's root rot necessarily. It's just one of them just got really soggy, but I don't see anything black or weird. So, I think the soil should be fine to just basically keep it like this and put the healthy ones back in. Alright, I think this one's good. Hopefully it stands. I don't want to like press it in too much because I want the water to be able to get through. But yeah, it's looking emptier, but I still think it looks really pretty. Alright, so Pothos down, snake plant down. Now it's time to take care of my ZZ plant. Alright, so like I said, this one doesn't have any issues. It's been growing and everything. It's been doing really well. It's just that, you know, it fell out of its planter, so we're gonna plant it, I guess, into the same one for now because I don't have another one that has drainage holes. But this one is pretty tall, so I think it should be fine. I will put little like pebbles on the bottom just to be safe and really try to put the roots up here. And eventually I will switch it out, but this is just in the meantime until, yeah, I find a new little home for it. The roots of this one is pretty interesting. It has like these big lumps. I don't know if that's normal. Hopefully it is. But yeah, very interesting. So I do think I need to cut off the part that broke though. Hopefully it doesn't get upset and die on me. Alright, so first I guess I'll put in some pebbles. Just to be safe. Put in some soil. Alright, I think this plant is good to go. Alright, so lastly for the cactus, I don't actually have to put any soil because I'm literally just putting the little thing, like the little planter, the plastic one, inside one of these cube planters. So the only trick is getting it out without pricking myself. So let's see. Oh, that's not gonna work. I think actually I could grab it with this. There we go. And then, let's see, go in here. Although, it kind of disappears in there. Like I said, I definitely need to move it into a bigger plastic planter. But I don't have it yet. Ow! I actually have like one of the things on my finger. It pricked me. There we go. Alright, maybe it was safer to keep it in the little glass thing. Alright, so here's how they look. Here's the pothos. Here are the little cuttings that I'm going to put in water. My ZZ plant, the snake plant, and my tiny cactus. I actually put some paper at the bottom so it like is a bit higher, and I think that looks really cute. I'm currently filming this on Monday, and this video should be going up on Saturday, Sunday at the latest. So I will try to update you guys in this video like towards the end of the week to see if there have been any changes. But yeah, so now let's bring them all inside, and I'm gonna put all of the cuttings in the little propagation vases. Alright, so this pothos is back up here. It's looking way smaller but healthier, and that's what matters. And then my ZZ plant will go back there. Very cute. And hopefully it doesn't fall this time. Alright, so the snake plant is back here, and I put that little tray down there because since it does have a hole, every time I water it, it makes a mess. So figured I'd put that there. You can't really see it, so I think it looks fine. And then I'm gonna put the little cactus back over here. There we go. Very, very cute. Now I guess let's move these into their new homes. Okay, I filled these two with water, so it's time to transfer these. Hopefully they'll be fine in here. I think they should be. And yeah, I like how this one is like thinner here so everything doesn't fall in. Like the leaves kind of like hold it up, but then the roots are inside the water, so I think this is perfect. And then move this one. Hopefully that's deep enough. I might have to fill this one with a bit more water. But basically, then now I can put them both over here. One right there, and the other one right here. Oh my god. That's so cute. I love it. Alright, I just refilled these so I could put the new cuttings, the ones that I don't know if they'll survive, but, you know, I'm gonna try. I pulled out any leaves that were like lower so it wouldn't be sitting in the water, and this is what I mean, like this is so wide that I feel like this might just fall all the way in, so hopefully that doesn't happen. I can't wait to use this, but like I said, I need to get the tubes. I did try this one that I had, but it's way too thin, so I think I need to get some wider ones. Alright, well that's it for now. Like I said, I will include a little like update towards the end of the week, like in this video. But just in case all I do is film little clips and I'm not in it, I just thought I would say now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope my fellow plant lovers at least appreciated it, because I know not everyone will enjoy this kind of content, but that's okay. And yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, bye! Alright, so it's now currently Friday, so it's time for a little update. I feel like there hasn't been enough time for anything to really change much, but I promised an update, so here it is. Here are the cuttings. None of them have actually really grown any roots yet, but I think it's way too soon. Also, if you notice, there are more in here than before, and that is because the one that was over here did not survive. It was looking really sad, turning yellow, so I pulled it out, and turns out it still had root rot. So I ended up cutting it up and putting it in there, so we'll see what happens with that. And then in here, I actually got like some of the leaves that fell off of the snake plant when I was repotting it, and I cut it and put it in some water to see if I could propagate that as well. If it grows some roots, then I might just add it back in to here. And by the way, this one seems to be doing pretty well. But yeah, so I'll do that, or I'll start a whole new plant with that. These cuttings are doing super well. The roots are getting very long, which is very exciting. Cactus is all good. Over here, I still don't have the little tubes, but I did use this one that I already had to put this tiny little snake plant leaf. It's falling in though. It's not supposed to do that, so I'll have to figure that out. And then over in the bedroom, here's the ZZ plant. It's looking amazing. Yeah, I just love it. Especially in this little planter, I think it looks so pretty. And lastly, the pothos in the room. So as I expected, these two are doing super well, and this one still isn't. So I am gonna go ahead and pull this out because I don't want to risk this one contaminating these. So I have to do something about that before it's too late. But yeah, everything else here seems to be fine. There's even this little leaf right here, which is new, so very, very exciting. I'm glad that I was able to save at least a little part of my pothos. Okay, now bye for real.